So this was supposed to be a video about Barbarians 21 speed farming with a relatively accessible team, but I know how some of you guys don't like it when I say that because we're still using end game gear. But let's face it, my account is 2.5 years old. I now have good gear on my account. The Great Hall is maxed out. I have pretty much all the champions that I need to do this so-called speed farming, but instead I got around to playing with Warmaiden, and I think I'm going to make it more about her because it also gave me a record for the Dragon 25 speed run. So let's just say Warmaiden build 2021 and what she can do on an end game account. Let's get right to it. But I still want to showcase my Barbarians 21 speed team because I finally finished building this, and I told you guys I built 2 soulbound boyars for a reason, and this is it. So let's go over this team here real quick in this run. We have the Warmaiden in there, we'll get back to her. Then we have the 2 soulbound boyars, which are in a stun set, offensive stun set. So I finally got those 2 built on my account. That is for the secret room of the Hard Doom Tower. More endgame stuff, I know, but it still works great in here if you have Farok and the Fat with the allies join attack. You add to that a trusty Salda Drakes, and so you have a 1 legendary, 1 epic, and 3 rares team with our Warmaiden. Okay, so relatively accessible by my terms. Again, 2.5 years of playing this game, so it's kind of normal that I'm at this point. All right, so I finally got a record in here. You are at the mercy or the RNG of the freeze debuff here from the boss. We don't have any way to counter this. We also have the fear or true fear in this case, which is very annoying. With the waves, you also have some RNG a little bit in there. If you don't control the Anteater, then he's going to go into the unkillable. So again, very RNG dependent for you to get a speed run, but overall this is now the team that I use. Okay, and Warmaiden is in there after 2.5 years now playing this game. I still use this champion, and then after this we'll get around to my Dragon 25 speed run as well. Okay, so pretty straightforward. The soulbound boyars are kind of clutch for this because of the turn meter control that they have. Then their AoE A1 with the stun set is just absolutely fantastic to control the waves. So overall, great team. Now I use these champions somewhere else. That's the purpose of showing these teams, is that I can speed farm, but I also reuse these champions for something else. So they have good gear for a reason. Again, this is a model for you guys to use in the end game if you decide that you want to do something similar. So the 2 soulbound boyars, secret room, Salda Drakes, a bunch of bosses for the Hard Doom Tower, Farok and the Fat, everyday clan boss team on the Batman Forever, Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare Brutal, the whole thing with Fane, absolutely fantastic. And then you have a Warmaiden, which was only used for this, but now seeing that I got the speed run for the Dragon 25, I'm thinking she's better than my Lydia, and I'll explain why. Obviously not exactly better, but in specific situations she can be better than a Lydia. So here we have a 2 minutes 26 second run for the Barbarians 21, my new speed run on my account. Now let's go check out the run of the Dragon 25. And of course, a speedrun is going to be done with a seer, all right? So I'm not trying to say that this is only Warmaiden, but what I am saying is that if you have powerful enough champions with seer and the right amount of buffs and a shield set, for example, on Renegade, you don't need Lydia, and there is a good reason to do this. I don't know if you guys remember, but the fastest ways to kill the boss here is that you want your entire team to die except your poisoner. So much like Dragon 24, where we use Frozen Banshee to do that, in this case, we're going to use Occult Brawler. So literally we're going to take 1 or 2 hits from the boss here, and then most of our guys are going to die, and it's going to be a one-on-one with our Occult Brawler. My Occult Brawler is not perfectly tuned, for this. He needs a little bit more speed to ensure we kind of lap the boss, but overall he's a great candidate to do this. And as you saw right there, we got Warmaiden to do her AoE decrease defense once, and then that's it, right? So we're going to take that 1 more hit from the boss right there, and then it's a solo, and this is how you are able to get a speed run in here as well. So I didn't beat it by a ton, but at least I don't have to remove some gear from my Lydia to make my runs faster. I can simply use this right here, and I have a 1 minute and 8 second team. So now let's go check out the gear of these champions. So let's first start with Salda Drakes. I showed her multiple times before, but just in case you guys never saw Salda Drakes on my account, she's rocking a relentless set with a decent amount of defense. defense, good amount of speed, crit rate, crit damage. I don't care all that much for it. Resistance 404, that is for Iragoth, and then 299 for the accuracy, again for the hard Doom Tower. To do this, we have an accuracy chest piece and a resistance banner. All of her skills are done. The masteries, I'm using Warmaster, and then into the defense tree. Up next, we're going to do Farrakhan the Fat as the epic for the Barbarians team. So again, a clan boss champion, really important. Therefore, he has good gear on my account. Reflex in this case. All right, so we have an attack percent chest, crit damage gloves. Don't forget, I'm in unkillable. I can afford to be glass cannon, right? And it also works great for the barbarian. We have accuracy, crit damage, and then for the skills, they are all done. Masteries, Warmaster into the support tree. Then let's do our 2 soulbound boyars, which, like I said, are both of them. Oh, they don't have masteries. Well, I guess I need to do the masteries, but apparently it's not needed. They're just going to hit even harder. I did do all the skills on both of them, if I recall correctly. Yes, I did. And for the artifacts, 2 pretty good offensive stun sets. Okay, so again, 2.5 years of playing this game. I have some decent gear by now. And I believe 63% crit rate is the right amount for you to get to 100% with the aura and their skills. 262% crit damage, a little bit of accuracy, good attack overall, and I think the second one is kind of the same thing or very close to. 3.3k attack, a little bit slower, 72% crit rate, 270% crit damage. So overall, very straightforward. I look forward to doing the masteries now. Hopefully it's going to be even faster. Then let's do the champions here real quick from the Dragon 25. We're going to start with our seer. Of course, it's all about a seer for speed runs. Okay, don't hate me, but if you want a 1-minute team, this is usually how it's done. All right, so here's my recently tweaked seer. We have 190 speed. A little bit more would be better, I think. 100% crit rate, 275% crit damage, high resistance, high accuracy. This is for the hard Doom Tower. I recently, I believe, changed her gloves to make it work with crit damage and savage. So this is probably like the best of the best that you can do in the long run, right? So it took a very long time for me to get to this point, guys, but now it works. So Warmaster, Warmaster for the tier 6, and then into Evil Eye and the Master Hexer. Then we're going to do our Archmage, which I believe is right down here. Also didn't really change him, still in a stun set, good amount of speed, high resistance, high accuracy for the hard Doom Tower. All the skills are done on this guy, and then for the masteries, we do have Fearsome Presence for the tier 6. I kind of like it. The clutch stun on the A1 every once in a while from the set is really solid. Then let's do our Occult Brawler, which is right down here. So again, he needs a little bit more speed. I would aim for 190 or more, maybe even 200. So lifesteal 175 currently. Roughly the right amount of defense, but maybe not enough for the clan boss anymore. 100% crit rate, 182% crit damage, 211 accuracy, kind of decent. We have all the skills done on this champion. We have Warmaster for the tier 6, Master Hexer, and Sniper. And then let's do our Renegade here real quick to finish it off. She's in a shield set now, relatively decent offensive stats. That is to speed up the Fire Knight 25. Well, this here as well, right? So the harder all your champions can hit, the faster this is going to be. So again, this is a little bit more end game tailored for a Renegade build, but I kind of like it this way. I don't think I'm going to change it. And then we have all the skills done. Warmaster for the tier 6, and then into Master Hexer and Sniper. And finally, our trusty Warmaiden. What is she wearing after all this time on my account? An Affinity Breaker set. Okay, I get it. This is also endgame. It's not needed for the 2 things, that you just saw. I decided to put an Affinity Breaker set on her because I want to try her against the other Affinity bosses to see if it is viable as well. I had these sets built for my Allures for the Scarab King, and I thought, why not just reuse the pieces? Okay, so overall, we went with a HP percent chest, crit rate gloves. We have crit damage for the amulet, defense for the banner. Right, so I did try to make her relatively tough enough, fast enough, because she's a debuffer, 100% crit rate, 240 accuracy. So overall, I mean, again, end game stats, perhaps with an end game set, but at least she's still useful. That is the purpose of this video, to show you guys that you can still use a Warmaiden in the end game over a Lydia for this specific example. I think I never... Okay, maybe I did change the Masteries at some point, but I had built her kind of like in a hybrid build for the arena, my original arena team with my free-to-play champions when I started 2 years ago, and War Master for the clan boss. So I still haven't really changed it, and I don't think I will, because it works. So overall, there you have it. Warmaiden 2021, still rocking the most amazing bikini in the game. I think she's still useful. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you guys still using a Warmaiden on your account? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.